We have come to the conclusion that you would be a more than worthwhile addition to our ranks.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down Agatha Christie movie and TV adaptations, from the screen versions that honored her legendary mysteries to the ones that completely lost the plot. If you want to keep the mystery and murder mystery alive, this is your spoiler warning.
You ever feel that something's coming? Something bad?
Number 5. Understood the Assignment, Agatha Christie's 7 Dials. This series has become a major talking point thanks to its fizzier, high-energy spin on Agatha Christie's classic murder mystery.
But it has to be connected, doesn't it? 7 clocks on the mantelpiece, 7 dials. Someone arranged them like that deliberately. If we can find out what it means, we can find out who killed Jerry.
While some longtime fans are split on the creative liberties, the show is earning plenty of praise for its standout lead performance, bold visual style, and for being exactly the kind of comfort watch TV that makes gloomy January feel a little less bleak.
7 Dials. Do you believe he was referring to the area or the club in Hunstanton Street?
Hunstanton Street.
No, Hunstanton Street.
No, it's correctly pronounced. Never mind.
Even if it's not one of Christie's most iconic stories, writer Chris Chibnall brings out its full spectrum, occasionally even heightening the original material. The tight 3-episode structure cranks up the tension, gives the story room to breathe, and makes stopping before the finale feel physically impossible.
I don't know why you're telling me all this. Or why you brought me here at the end of a gun, I might add.
I thought you might not otherwise attend to hear our offer.
Hear what?
We would like you to join us.
Number 5. Butchered It, Appointment with Death. As far as Peter Ustinov's Poirot pictures go, this one's often regarded as the weakest link.
But I'm expected for cocktails by Lord Peel in an hour and a half. You may continue with your exhibition, Monsieur Poirot. I am going.
For many, it felt like it was just following a checklist of tropes, but never really built up to much. The story wanders away from Christie's novel in ways that don't add anything interesting, stripping a lot of what made the original so unsettling.
You can't seriously suggest that I murdered that ludicrous Boynton woman.
I'm terribly sorry, but once my investigation is underway, it's...
Monsieur Poirot, I'm deeply disappointed in you.
The mystery itself feels basic, the characters are kinda meh, and the tension never really tightens, so there isn't really much to hold an audience. Instead of a sharp psychological puzzle, it plays like a routine TV mystery stretched to feature length, which makes the whole thing feel forgettable rather than gripping.
Oh, does it matter? I think it does.
Number 4. Understood the Assignment, Murder on the Orient Express. Sidney Lumet's star-studded 1974 rendition of this classic Poirot caper is nothing short of a cinematic triumph.
There are too many clues in this room. Let us proceed by examining what I hope will prove to be the last of them.
Said cast is incredible, the production is lush, and the snowbound train is the perfect, glamorous, yet uncomfortably tight location to tell this story. Lumet handles Christie's maze of suspects with a steady hand, keeping the mystery clear without sanding down its complexity.
Mrs. Hubbard, you have afforded me a great deal of help in this difficult case. Thank you, if I may so express it, for playing your part.
Most importantly, the film trusts the novel's unconventional solution and rolls toward it boldly. The period details, from the costumes to the richly detailed interiors, add texture without distracting from the plot. It's deeply respectful of its source. Even Christie herself reportedly cited it as one of her favorite adaptations.
The clumsy cliché of the smashed watch registering 1:15 had been done deliberately to excite my disbelief.
Number 4. Butchered It, Death on the Nile. Kenneth Branagh's second outing as the iconic Hercule Poirot, following his more favorable Murder on the Orient Express, unfortunately sailed into rough waters.
You accuse me now of murder.
Oh no, he accuses everyone of murder.
It is a problem, I admit.
While the film offers ample visual spectacle and striking landscapes, the frequent use of special effects can make the world feel overly polished, occasionally breaking the sense of immersion.
Monsieur! Monsieur, hello! Monsieur! You are defiling one of the wonders of the world! And also, by the way, ruining a sublime Jaffa cake!
The cast is stacked, yet the characters don't always click, which is a problem for a story built on jealousy and simmering resentment. The pacing has a tendency to drag, and the mystery never feels as juicy as it should. Compared to Branagh's other Christie adaptations, this one feels oddly distant and overproduced. It felt very style over substance.
Lynette Doyle's murder was not a wild act. It was methodically planned. The details, the times, the bullets, the alibis. But planned by who?
Number 3 understood the assignment, and then there were none. Even though René Clair's 1945 adaptation significantly changes the novel's famously bleak ending, it still captures the core psychological horror and claustrophobic tension that define Christie's chilling masterpiece.
It's called Swan Song. May I ask who put this on the gramophone?
I did, sir.
Why?
I didn't know what it was. On my oath, I didn't know. I was just obeying orders, sir, that's all.
It creates an intensely suspenseful atmosphere, trapping both the characters and the audience in a nightmare where trust evaporates by the minute. And that tension is cranked up high and almost never lets up. It also leans into a noir sensibility, adding an extra layer of unease and fatalism.
7 little Indians left.
6. One is bogus.
Correct, sir. One of us is Mr. Owen.
Sure, purists may prefer later versions that preserve Christie's original ending. However, even they can't deny that this one remains a landmark adaptation that understands how fear, suspicion, and guilt can be just as terrifying as the murders themselves.
No one would suspect me, least of all the dear doctor, who thought that I was about to discover the unknown murderer and was waiting for me on the beach and worrying about the success of our plan.
Number 3 butchered it, The Pale Horse. This adaptation looks great at first glance, dripping in atmosphere and eerie style, but it takes some bold swings that just don't necessarily always work in its favor.
Are David and I in danger?
I don't know.
Why am I the only one with a question mark?
Again, I don't know yet.
While this series got off to a strong start with the critics, the love didn't last long. This adaptation loses much of the mystery that made the novel so intriguing. Characters are reworked, motivations shift, and the balance between rational explanation and unnatural suggestion tips too far in one direction.
There's someone else after me. I mean, really after me, and they're not going to stop. And I want you to stop them both.
Anything else?
I want to sleep without dreaming.
For viewers unfamiliar with the book, it might still be engaging, but for longtime fans, it feels like a version that doesn't fully trust the original's restraint. The ending proved controversial as well, due to its vagueness.
Wanting home, please, not again.
Number 2 understood the assignment, Agatha Christie's Poirot. This series isn't just an adaptation, it's a commitment. Over more than 20 years, it tackled nearly the entire Poirot canon with remarkable care and consistency.
Who are you, anyway? You don't belong to the police.
No, monsieur. I am better than the police.
David Suchet's portrayal captures every side of Poirot, from his meticulous habits to his sharp intellect and quiet empathy, without ever tipping into caricature. The period detail is rich, the production design feels thoughtful and polished, and the scripts often stick remarkably close to Christie's original dialogue.
And in the opinion of everyone, with one exception most notable, Caroline Crail was guilty.
Of course she was.
Yeah, but it was not for me to accept the verdict of others. No, it was necessary for me to examine the facts.
What sets it apart is how much respect it shows the material, treating each story as worth telling properly. For many viewers, this isn't just their favorite version of Poirot, it's the definitive Poirot.
And I knew that my statement would be accepted because I am Hercule Poirot.
Number 2 butchered it, 13 at Dinner. Although critics and audiences generally enjoyed Peter Ustinov's portrayal in this adaptation of Lord Edgware Dies, it remained controversial among Christie purists.
And to incriminate her ladyship by the use of an impostor.
An imposter?
Yes, a talented imitator of some sort. Someone who would wear black, a color which Jane abhors. Someone like Carlotta Adams.
For one thing, Ustinov's interpretation of the character just didn't consistently match up to the Poirot from the novels. One of the most polarizing aspects was the seemingly cost-cutting decision to move the story from the 1930s to a contemporary setting.
In a good bouillabaisse, the little fish are often tastier than the big ones.
What are you talking about?
Add poison, however, and the whole soup is polluted. Then the size of the fish are immaterial.
Some critics felt the adaptation made the killer's identity too easy to guess compared to the novel, partly due to the dual role played by Faye Dunaway. You hardly had to be a Poirot to figure out who done it on this occasion. No wonder viewers felt disengaged rather than enthralled.
But I don't have to listen to this.
Oh, yes, I think you do.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Understood the Assignment, Alibi, an early Christie adaptation praised for Austin Trevor's performance and now a landmark lost film.
Mesdames et messieurs, Hercule Poirot does not end in a failure.
A bit of both, The Seven Dials Mystery. This adaptation sticks closely to the source material, but is marred by slow pacing and a lack of narrative momentum.
I've said, Bill, you must learn to believe 6 impossible things before breakfast.
Why, Ronnie's last words were 7 dials, tell Jimmy Thesiger.
Understood the Assignment, Death on the Nile. Celebrated for its exotic locations, star-studded cast, and faithful, intriguing rendition of Christie's mystery.
Mes amis, it was red ink, which formed an inevitable link with this handkerchief, which we found together with the gun wrapped up in the stole.
Understood the Assignment, Murder, She Said. Introduced Dame Margaret Rutherford's beloved Miss Marple, whose spirited performance spawned multiple popular sequels.
I think I know who our murderer is. The difficulty is going to be getting him to show his hand.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Understood the Assignment, Witness for the Prosecution. Billy Wilder's courtroom drama is a near-perfect example of how to adapt a stage play for the screen.
Can you imagine Miss Plimsoll's face if she saw me now? Then let's make absolutely sure that she doesn't. Splendid. With all the instincts of a skilled criminal.
It keeps all the clever twists and mounting tension of Christie's original while making it feel fully cinematic. The performances are a major reason it works, with Tyrone Power, Marlena Dietrich, and Charles Laughton all delivering confident, magnetic turns.
I am taken by surprise that my learned friend should attempt to solicit from the witness an opinion and not a fact.
Quite so. You'll have to do better than that, Mr. Myers.
My lord, I withdraw the question entirely. Is that better? That's much better.
Wilder's direction carefully builds suspense, guiding the audience through courtroom battles, twists, and shocking revelations, culminating in one of the most unexpected and celebrated endings in cinematic history. Christie herself reportedly called it, quote, the finest film derived from one of her stories. You don't get a more definitive verdict than that now, do you?
And that, my lord, is the case for the defense.
Number 1. Butchered It, The Alphabet Murders. This one goes off the rails almost immediately.
There's going to be a murder.
Hmm?
I'm frightened. That's why I'm here. I'm terribly frightened.
Oh, you think someone is going to kill you, eh?
No, I'm going to kill someone.
No more massage, please.
I can't help it, you see. I must kill.
Things!
Instead of leaning into the menace and psychological tension of the ABC murders, the film opts for broad comedy that clashes hard with the story's dark core. The film fundamentally misses the serious, psychological tone of the source material, opting instead for over-the-top humor that feels entirely out of place.
He's got to be found!
Yeah, well, you look after your nutcase, Captain, and I'll look after mine.
Instead of the calm, razor-sharp Poirot at the center of the novel, the movie presents a clumsy, exaggerated version whose antics overwhelm the actual investigation. Unfortunately, the film's farcical take on the protagonist and plot drains the story of the smart psychological tension that made Christie's premise so compelling. it all feels frustratingly hollow and unfaithful.
I know that you were no killer. You see, the real killer killed just once too often. Don't you agree?
Which Agatha Christie adaptation do you think cracked the code? And which ones are a mystery as to how they ever got made? Let us know in the comments.